that woman who he deleted himself for is with a whole nother man right now, and the man ain't even half as good as what he was. But it made me think about something. We can't control women at all. No matter how hard you try, women are not logical like we are logical. Like you can sit there, you can explain to her how doing this will equal this, and it won't help. Even women over here in Dominican Republic, you can explain to them that to have the mindset for tomorrow, they're worrying about today.
Right.
And even some of the men here, but my friend was the main one that got me to come here. He was the one talking about coming to Santo Domingo, coming to see this stuff. And he never got the chance. If he would have came to see what he got, and I hate to even say the woman's name or disparage her, but man, that woman looked terrible. The woman he was fighting for, a woman that looked terrible. That he didn't even realize. And this guy he was such a great artist. He was a great guy.
Wow.
And to see that. So yeah, I think about him all the time, but he's the reason why I keep going. And let me tell you, man, this real talk I'm about to say. I was thinking about recently about you just stopping my channel. I'm like, I done said everything I had to say. I'm good. I was going to just stop doing YouTube. Right. And what changed it was I was in Santo Domingo the other day, and I met up with one guy. He was a military guy, and he came out on the pool deck and talked to me. He told me how much I had changed his life, and he get on the phone. And before you know it, bro, we was up on the pool deck with 25 men that all had came to Santo Domingo because of me. And they had found a new life, and they lived in the building. And man, I felt so good after that. Cause I was like, I done said everything. He said, nah, man, you the one brought us here. You led us to the promised land. They're like down there like Harriet Tubman. And that made me feel so good.
Right.
Dude, I went back to my room and I'm like, dang, I done did good to helping my people, helping the men. And I need to keep going. That rejuvenated me. Now I need to keep going and keep spreading the word, because after you feel like you've said enough, you're like, yeah, I've said enough. But you know what? These conversations help people, because
it helps people.
Look, so many right now I can see, at least on my back end, maybe over 2,000 people just watched us talk like that. Like, you don't know how many people this is going to help. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? These are the conversations that we need, not just in the travel space, but in male spaces, because right now dudes are talking about BS. They're not even talking about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And let's talk about this young man. He probably have a strong masculine man. Travis Hunter, the unconscious simp. And I came up with a moniker called the conscious simp and the unconscious simp.
Yeah.
The unconscious simp stands for supplementing irrational male patterns of behavior. One will argue that the things that Travis Hunter is doing is not based on masculinity, but it's based on male behavior. Men do things based on principle. Males do things based on feelings and a woman's emotions. What do you think about no prenup from Travis Hunter, the unconscious simp, master on the field, top simp runner-up, poor in the woman department, $20 million contract, generational wealth would be depleted? What do you think about Travis Hunter and his lack of wisdom and wise counsel when people have been trying to warn?
I think he has low self-esteem, and I think so too. I think look, people, and you know how in our community, man, people can be harsh. They probably told that man he was ugly all his life, and so he looked at this woman as a trophy, and he's willing to give her anything, even like somebody like Kanye West, musical genius, but they say he's going through a divorce and he didn't have a prenup. I hope this is not true. And he stands to lose millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars if it's not true. I don't really know, allegedly. But dudes look, just because you're a multi-millionaire don't mean that you don't have low self-esteem. And I've seen broke dudes in the hood got more self-esteem, they can give some away. But you can catch a guy like Travis Hunter, and in our community, they probably told him he was ugly. And he get a chance to buy a trophy wife. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna buy a trophy wife, and that woman will disappear on you fast as hell. And he gonna lose money, and dude's gonna be saying, "Hey, I told you so." But I can tell from his energy. I don't care what nobody say. That kind of cat like that, a real dude gonna be like, "Man, thank you for telling me that. I done had dudes come to me and told me
real
talk. Hey, bro, don't do that there.
Agree.
Don't mess with that. You know, I've had men tell me multiple things, and when I listened to it, it served me right. When I didn't, it was a ball kick, because most men gonna tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. Dudes ain't gonna lie to other men most of the time. We're gonna just tell each other the truth.
Keep it real. We're
gonna keep it true. Hey, bro, look, this was wrong. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Mm-hmm. Bro, respect the man coming, especially a black man coming to you. As you're a black man, he gonna come to you and tell you, hey, wrong. They ain't the one for you. Look, let me give you an example. One of my friends had became a minister, and I didn't take him serious because he had did so much dirt. He had did so much dirt in the street, and he was just a raw cat. I don't know if I didn't believe that he had found God like that, but me and him was talking one time in one of these breakfast restaurants, and I was messing with this chick. He told me, he said, you know, Ron, I don't know what you're seeing, old girl, but you know, she ain't the one for you to be rocking with. Mm-hmm. And he told me like a man, he's like, I see that chick, that ain't the one for you, cuz, you know, you like, that ain't the one, you let that go. And I didn't listen to him. Worst woman I ever had in my life. And I went through like 2 years of hell because I didn't listen to what this man told me, because I'm looking at him as the old him, not looking at the real him, who he is. And right now, this guy got a big giant church in Arkansas. He doing good, him and his wife, but I wouldn't listen. I'm used to him being on the street with gold teeth like me. You know what I'm saying? So I had that kind of mindset. And like, man, and shout out to that cat right now, man. He's doing good. So whenever men come to you sometime, man, listen to them.
I totally agree.
Listen to a man. He don't have nothing to gain or lose from telling you the truth. The dude just gonna tell you the truth. So all these men coming to Kevin telling, hey, bro, don't do this, man. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, Travis, all the brothers coming to Travis, he need to listen to that. You know what he's thinking? Oh, they just want my woman. He got ugly man syndrome. Man, you gotta let that go, man. What you think about that, man? You think he got ugly man syndrome in his head?
I think he got ugly man syndrome, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, Harriet Tubman said I could have freed a lot more if they didn't already know that they were slaves, man.
Yeah.
If Travis Hunter was in DR, tell Travis Hunter. I want you to tell Travis. Hold on, Ron. I want you to tell Travis Hunter as a public service announcement, because he probably don't know. But tell Travis Hunter what he can get, man. If he was in the Dominican Republic.
Like on the look, that's the thing I like about Dominican Republic and Colombia is the great equalizer. Travis Hunter ain't nothing over here. They don't know who he is. He's just as good as you or me or anybody, but he'll have all the women he wants. He'll probably have, like the brother say, he would definitely be married and have something way better. You would be in a better situation here than going through it. And that's what hurts me the most when I see what a lot of men are dealing with in the United States, man. I feel sorry for them, man. I feel sorry. Look, I feel sorry for men like Travis Hunter the same way a free man probably passed a plantation and saw Negroes in the field. Mm-hmm. That's some real talk. When I see men in the United States like that, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, brother said I might have trolls. Man, a lot of that be women. And then like they don't like, look, people don't like you having discussions like this, man. We got 200, at least on what I can see. 270 people. 270 watching this. You know you're gonna have beta males coming in here. Yes, sir. You know, you can't be on a stream with that many people and not have some beta male simps and cats looking at stuff like that. Of course they're gonna come in there and do that. Hell yeah, you're gonna have people trolling and doing it. They don't want you to have conversations like this.
They don't. And Ronan, when you see young men that need help regarding mental health consultation, send them my way, man. Because you got, I'm gonna call you the plug, man. You know, you the DR plug. But if they need some mental health consultations, send them my way, man. And I'll link them up, man. And also, if there's some that need insight about living abroad, I'll send them your way as well. But he's an unconscious simp, and I do think he sees himself as being ugly, man. And he just don't know how much power we got. I think we looked at this about the CNA because I got.
Yeah.
Hold on for a minute. All right. There's another unconscious simp. What do you think about this? How a real woman should treat a man's starter pack, man?
Well, I'm telling you, it all boils down to what I just said. Men don't know their value, and I think that a lot of us grew up in situations that didn't have a dad or you had a dad and he probably wasn't, he didn't have a dad. It's generational, man. So we are taught that women are the prize, and he don't have a spine.
Right.
You're trying, hey, bro, like we said from the beginning, boxing is a hell of a drug.
Right.
Men are traditional in the sense that we want that type of life as much as we can. Like, so you're sitting in the United States right now, you're gonna latch on to any woman that you see almost. That's why I told you I feel sorry for a lot of guys walking around Walmart. They just want access to that box, and even though that box is smelly, that box is all messed up, it ain't worth nothing. He feels that that's all that he can get.
That's all.
That's when the average man, and this again goes full circle down to the passport bros. And that's why women hate the passport bros. When an average man come to one of these countries and he get to see what he really can have, it's over with. So no, man, I tell dudes, man, do not deal with women like that. Do not. And I look, I will say this. I do know a few men who got good situations in the United States. The woman probably was raised right. Not everybody is bad, but boy, we got far too many.
Far too many, right. My daughters are good women. My daughters, look, I raised my daughters to be chaste, man. My daughters won't ran through. I raised my daughters to be chaste women. And I hope that I can find a suitable man, just a hard worker, to take care of, my last two daughters I got left, man. My oldest daughter is married, and she got a solid husband. I got a grandbaby from him. And then my other two girls, man, I'm hoping that they can find a solid husband too, because that's how I raise my girls. I raise my girls to value themselves and not to let men run through them and use their bodies up. But nowadays, you got women tell girls, go and get your degree, child, sow your oats. That's the dumbest thing you can tell a woman, Rona. Because Rona, and I know, we know that, once again, biblically, God got a hierarchy when it comes down to fornication. But you running through women is not the same as a woman being ran through by multiple men. It's not. Hell
no. You insert into the world. We insert in the world. Women take into the world. That's the hard thing. So look, I'm like you, man. I raised my daughters. One of them is married to she married to a Nigerian professor, and he's a professor at LSU. And I taught my kids, man, to be independent, but to be wise. I taught them that. Like, they saw me, because I got custody of my daughters, man. I spent thousands of dollars, man. And brothers know my origin story, man. I worked countless jobs, and man, I went to war to get my kids, because I didn't want my daughters to grow up to be like I didn't want them to be that cautionary tale. So I fought, man, and I got in the court, man. I damn near begged the judge to let me have my kids, and at the end, I won them. And I raised them, and man, that's the best. Even my daughters tell me to this day, we thankful that you got us that. they thankful that, because I got them and I raised them, man, the right way to be like that. And that's the problem, like we said earlier, man. Our system they want more baby mamas.
Yes, they want more baby mamas.
The baby mamas going to fill the jail. The baby mamas fill the jails up.
Right.
The baby mamas do these things, bro. They create the murders. They create all these things. Every bad problem that we have in Black society.
Broken families
created. And so we can reverse it simply by doing it. So a politician just won't do it. They don't want that. Even Obama said something the other day, right? I don't know if you saw this. Obama was saying, before he fell off the deep end with it, he was saying that we catered. He was on a podcast with Michelle and her brother. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Obama got on there and he said, we catered way more to women than we should. We should have. We was lifting them up. He was saying that. Then he fell off saying men need to have gay friends and all that. But for a moment, he was telling the truth. Because he even used to say, Obama used to even say himself that we need 2-parent households. I don't know who got a hold of him, like the brother said. Then he started saying boys should have gay mentors and all that. And I was like, well, what the hell, And on YouTube we got to watch what we say. But
right.
But he did acknowledge that they were paying more attention to women than men, and that's the wrong. Like, treat everybody equal, man. Look at that and say the truth that you need to have families. But I just don't see America doing it. Just like Chat GPT had just said from the beginning, you have to force them to do it. You can't do it. Right. So I'm going to stay on the passport bro side, and I'm going to tell men to, whether you come here to the Dominican Republic, no matter where you go in the world. Look, one good thing that happened to me from having a channel, I'm linked in with brothers from all around the world, and we everywhere. I got homies everywhere, everywhere in the world. And I'm gonna tell guys to run. I tell guys to run, man. Go find your happiness. Run.
I don't blame you, man. Because see, you are not. Listen, men have sovereignty, and I understand why black men don't want to go to church. I understand why they don't want to have nothing to do with it. I was raised in the church. I was a superintendent. I lived it, but I want to deal with the typical modern church now not because the Bible don't have power. The Bible is very powerful. The Bible is red pill. But the men in the church and these weak preachers, a lot of them, not all of them, they make the Bible bad. And that's why men don't want to be part of it, because it's not male in power. It's female in power, baby mama in power, and effeminate male in power. But the Bible, in my opinion, is a very powerful book. Look at what Drew said. Drew said that, what did Drew say? Drew said,
shout out to Drew.
Yeah, read it wrong. Yeah. I'll let you read it. Go ahead.
You know that the lead attorney said that Travis should marry that girl. He said that the demons that will come after him in the NFL will be worse. Wait, he said that? Wow, that's crazy. He's saying that he should marry the girl. The demon. Well, I don't know about that, but I would have told Travis myself not to do it, or that make sure he had a whole lot of paperwork. That's what I would tell anybody. Look. One of my nephews asked me last week about getting married. Right. Look at Big Shirley. Hey, but you know, I coined that word, Big Shirley. People say I coined that, man. Look, you know where that come from? Yeah, I coined that.
I know where it come from off of Luke Roger.
No, Roger. That's not even where. You know where the real Big Shirley come from? One of my uncles, bro. When I first got my passport, he was with it's his old lady to the day, bro. When I tell you she's a Big Shirley for real, look, my uncle, this is my mom's brother, love him to death. Now, he used to be anti-passport, bro. I love my uncle, and he know I talk about this with him. He met this woman when she was 16 years old, right? And he was young. They both was young. He was probably 15. Wait, he was 14 and she was 16. Mm-hmm. And she ran away, ended up marrying a man who happened to be gay. Mm-hmm. The man died and left her like a bunch of money. Mm-hmm. The guy. I think this is gonna sound funny, but no, I'm not even gonna say the real story. Go ahead. Man, I think the man slipped in grease at Popeyes. Look, man, he was. I don't want to laugh at these kids' daddy, man. So the man slipped in grease fell on, but he ended up leaving them a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So years later, my uncle got back with her, and she looked worse than that. She looked worse than that figurine. She got more facial hair than you got.
Wow.
And so now my uncle doesn't have to work. All he does is go fishing in Louisiana. He go fishing every day. But he would fuss about that. So that's what the Big Shirley, every time he would say something to me, Shirley something like Big Shirley. If all you do is listen to Big Shirley, I would tell Big Shirley ruining your life. So that's where that comes from.
That's where it comes from. Okay, Big Shirley.
It comes from her because she's big and she's a queen. She had my uncle married her so he can fish all day. She had 3 or 4 kids and they all grown now, but their dad left them a big inheritance. The dad was gay. And all that, man. It's a long story, but my uncle now living off that, and he listened to her most of his life because she took care of him. That's where the word Big Shirley. I was like, man, y'all sitting in the couch. I said, man, get off that couch to Big Shirley. I started saying that, talking about him at first, and men ran with it. That's where it really come from, That's the origin of Big Shirley. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Hey, bro, she looked worse than that picture.
She looked worse than the picture, man.
Yeah, she's bigger than that, and she got more facial hair than that. But everything else probably is
spot on.
It's spot
5
on.
Kids, 3 baby daddies, 1 dream, a high value man. She got a 6-figure checklist, high income, car, house. What his zodiac sign is.
Yeah.
Castlevania Kid said Obama was pushing for a program to help boys called My Brother's Keepers. Black women fall against it. What do you remember about that initiative?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember it too.
I think.
Right.
I think as the far left came into the party. Remember, I'm an independent. Some things I'm more conservative about, some things I'm more liberal about. But Obama, man, like he was a disappointment to me.
He was a disappointment.
Yeah, he went, and somebody will get mad and he'll talk about Obama, but Obama went too far because at first he was against certain things,
right,
and he went the other way, and and that's what I think about that. He was for that because anybody can see this. So look, again, it fills the jail cells up. It feels, look, bro, all the broken school, many of our problems will be eradicated. You look at our people before the 60s, even in spite of everything that they did to us, bro, they couldn't stop us, bro. We were some, bro, look, let me tell you something about Black Americans. This is what I love about us, bro.
I totally agree.
We are some powerful people. Bro, we were doing so well.
We're doing
well. Our reading level. Yeah, women were doing good out there. So, bro, they came in there and they came in with the welfare state, and that's one of the things that helped destroy us. So, let them cut it off. That's why I'm like, if they used it to help destroy us, let them cut it off.
Right.
It maybe can fix us. I don't know if it'll fix our relationships, but it will make these 300,000 women getting laid off. You about to see them come and slide in your DM right now. All y'all brothers, get ready.
Yeah, but you don't want them, man, because it's conditional. And then even if they're coming for monetary gains, if you're a serious man that want a traditional woman, how many bodies they had? How many deletions have they had? How many children they got? I know people don't want to hear that, but masculine men that got options.
Yeah.
But they can slide when they want to.
BM. Yeah, they about to slide BM.
Would you take them serious though, Roman?
Hell no, but I'm seeing it more and more now. Get on TikTok, like you played it. I love you, Black. I'm seeing more and more women now. Look, most of them are older. They're not young girls. They all in their 40s on up. Most of the ones I'm seeing on TikTok, and they saying it. We shouldn't have listened to feminism. We shouldn't have listened to these things. Now they're telling other women now that we got to we have to fix our families.
Right.
They're saying it, and I think they, $1 too late. You know what I'm saying?
They're $1 too late. They're $1 too late, man. They're $1 too late. And they were compromised, man. Like I said, man, I think all Black men, most Black men want to be with a feminine woman, a feminine Black woman. They just think, Black men want to be with Black women, but at the same time, I'm not part of no Negro tribe. If I was a single man, if she was an Asian woman, if she was Black, if she was Indian, she was white or whatever, I'm going to date and marry who I want to date. I don't believe in this one monolithic tribalism where we all got to adhere to one code. I don't believe in that. At one time, we had to do it because we were slaves. But these women now, the majority of them are not our women. Would you agree with that? I will agree that the majority of these women now are not even our women. They don't adhere to what your grandmama, your great-grandmama adhere to. What's your take on that?
They're not our women. They're the government women.
They're the government women, right?
They're the government women. And I'm not just talking about, not just talking about food stamps and welfare, but the government takes care of them. That's who they've been looking towards. A lot of them lean one way politically. They just view everything. That's their women. So I would tell men, if you want you a real Black woman, man, like if you just you say, I want me a beautiful chocolate woman, bro, these Haitian women over here, man, I would tell her, because I know dudes like that. They're very pro-Black. They say, look, I want me a beautiful chocolate woman. I said, man, come with Dominican Republic, man. We got some Haitian women, man. That's so, bro, let me tell you something, man. And I've said this a long time ago. One of the biggest mistakes that I made, I was so used to them sapphires in the United States. I wouldn't take a dark-skinned woman in Dominican Republic serious. I just saw Keisha. In my head.
Right.
And this real talk. I saw my stepmother who treated me like crap my whole life. So it took me a while to understand. And a white man from Scotland told me over here, and I met him on the Melicone in Santo Domingo. He said, man, one of the best women you can get in Dominican Republic is a Haitian. And you'll see a lot of European cats over here. You will see a lot of European cats. They got Haitian women. And there's some Haitian women over here, so fine and feminine that you wouldn't believe it. So I tell men that too. Hey, bro, don't sell them. Dominican women are awesome too. I love my Dominican. But sometimes a Haitian woman might be what you need too. I tell guys that, man, you come over here and judge it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But don't look at it from a skin color thing. A lot of us been traumatized. We gotta leave America where it's at. We've been traumatized by a lot of different. We've been traumatized. We look at white folks different. We look at black, but we look at all kinds of skin tone. I'm like, man, leave that stuff in America, man. You come over here with a clear head and a clear mind, and you will see it's different. And I'm just speaking about over here, but even when I was in Mexico, I felt the same. I was treated good in Mexico. I was treated good, man. Yeah, I was treated 100% good in Mexico. Here, you don't have those hangups like that.
I agree.
I think a lot of us bring those things with us.
I agree.
We so used to it. We a lot of us carry our trauma alone. Man, leave your trauma in the United States, man.
Right.
Yeah. Bury.
I totally agree, man, and that's why world travel is so powerful, man. It changes your trajectory on everything. Everything you thought you saw was real. It's totally different. Now here's the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Big Papa, man. What do you think about Big Papa, man? Because he said the black man. I think at one time Umar was thinking about becoming a passport bro. What's your take on Umar Johnson, the Prince of Pan-Africanism? Because he's a fraud in my opinion. But what's your take on Umar, man?
Bro, I used to at one time. I was searching for myself. I used to love Umar Johnson. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I was searching, right. and right. Bro, as a younger man, I agreed with a lot, and I still agree with some things he say. Right. But over the time, I started to see, like I told you earlier. What did I tell you? I said we got the preacher, we got the politician, we got the fake pro-black. That's what those three things I think hinder us in our society. Umar Johnson just gave brother Kevin just said he on there begging for money now. He said,
he's begging for money.
Like, yeah, but look, Umar Johnson came to Dominican Republic himself. You gotta look this up. Umar Johnson came to Dominican Republic.
I saw it.
And he went crazy. He went crazy seeing the level of beauty over here. He lost his mind. So what I think about Umar just a product of what a lot of people in Black America want. We just looking for leadership, and because of that, these false messiahs will raise up, and they're going to find people who prop them up. And Umar has knowledge. He's not a stupid guy. Umar's smart.
Not at all.
What did he went after? He went after single mothers because he knew they would support him. Those are the women. So maybe now it's over for him because there's one of the women putting him out there, man. They showing it. They showing what he's about. I wish the brother well myself. Hopefully brothers get it together. Look, I'm the kind of guy, man, I want to see all of us win. I don't want to see none of us fail, but some people, like, in order for something to win, somebody got to fail. You know what I'm saying? So damn, Umar. So what I think about Umar, he's just another form of a corrupt preacher. Preying on people, you know what I'm saying? When I saw him begging for money, I saw that last night. I was like, dang, bro, you got to make this video. He looks so bad. Did you see that video?
I saw the video. I'm gonna pull it up in a minute. Let me see if I can pull it. Hold on.
Yeah, pull it up. I got to get something right quick. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, guys, we're gonna pull up the video of Umar real quick. Hold tight. We're gonna pull up the video of Umar begging for money. Umar goes to DR. Umar goes to DR. Well, actually, here's the one about the bank account. Hold on. Your homeboy, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson, man. And Umar, guys, is one of the reasons why so many men are frustrated, because all talk, no action. Haven't done half of what he said he was going to do. Ronald's coming back, guys. And Umar is more of the problem in the Black community that needs to be expelled, to say the least.
Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade, Intercontinental Ifa Tunde RB Jesus, coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother King Kong. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th, only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access.
So the fact that Umar is losing some of his power and visibility, man, what do you think that means to the conscious community and traditional black men that got masculine mindsets in general? What do you think that's happening in general, brother?
I think even with a lot of things, I think that black men are starting to wake up. Mm-hmm. And like, maybe it's too little too late, but even on a political level, a lot of men are now starting to unplug and think for themselves. I think men wanted to do it, but it was a lot of pressure, man. You know how much pressure you get just from your own family, just from your own blood family to stay kind of in that subservient type of mindset. You know how many black men I know that would just sit outside or sit in the corner. We all had them old relatives. He just sit in a room by himself. Like he was like we laughing, but that brother was compromised. He was like, he just wanted his peace. Right. You know how Big Daddy sit in the back. He didn't want to argue with Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? He just sit there but I'm seeing a lot of men now saying, because of social media, they listen to people like us. So now you have a choice. Like I told you, I used to listen to Umar Johnson. And then, bro, what it was, I was at such a low point. I was looking for something. I was looking for something. I went to church. They couldn't help me. I went into the pro-black movement. I went into all kinds of things. And then I found the passport movement. I went to Manosphere. Look, I went to Manosphere after Umar. I was and the Manosphere is kind of a part of the kind of passport bro type thing. Right. But there's people who never left out of it. I took that step toward the passport movement because I feel like the passport movement had answers. Why you had people like, they got guys who I like in the Manosphere, but they'll sit there and complain about women all day, but don't do nothing to stop it. Mm-hmm. I looked at the passport movement. They was like, hey, while you over there arguing, I'm over here with Maria. Mm-hmm. And when I watched Frustrated and I saw the brothers going to Brazil and started watching Charles Tyler, that was an answer. I was like, these guys ain't mad at all. Because, bro, all I would do is watch red pill content. And boy, when I tell you I had red pill rage, I was so mad at the government. I was mad at all this. And right when I get ready to get my passport, I got hit with child support. But boy, when I got, boy, I'm telling you, boy, but when I got fully free, I understand it. So now I tell guys to get out of the system before they even get in it. I said, don't have kids with these women in the United States. They're going to get you. I said,
totally
dude,
agree.
These ain't the women of old.
They're
women
not.
Now are having kids to lock you down.
To lock you down, right?
They want to lock you down, and I'm talking about lock you down not as an old man, as a check for 18 years.
For 18 years, right?
Yeah, that's what they trying to do. Look, one of my nephews totally just got caught. Look, one of my nephews love him to death. Try to tell him the same thing. He loved his woman. Now he's paying child support. She's gone. This woman just leave. Because they have so many options, bro. All these dudes slide in the DM. Right. They'll take an ugly woman and make her think she's something.
Yes, sir. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I believe in world travel, because see, world travel removes the delusion of how men in America see themselves. They're valued more than what they really realize. I'm talking about average, the decent looking black men are valued or esteemed highly in foreign countries. And the thing about it, they always use the same cliches. They want you for money and they trick them. We're going to get into that in a minute. Drew said Umar speaks 3 times in the series, man. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, look, hold on, Drew. I laugh at that too. Oh, but like, I'm going to get the papers. Get the papers. I'm like, I'm going to clap them cheeks. Clap them cheeks. I got you, brother. That brother said that, brother. Look, Drew, the first time I heard Umar speaking 3 times, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I almost wrecked. I could not stop laughing hearing him speak everything 3 times, man. That is hilarious, man. But you gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to Umar. That's unique. You gotta give him something, man.
Umar is creative, man. He's very, very creative, man. He's a creative dude. I'm gonna drop this with Umar. I got to get into the second half, man, because we got some good stuff to cover on the second half, man. Let me finish doing this simp star of the pack real quick. Hold on, but she's the last one. So Miss Independent, I think we talked about her a little bit. Hold on, Glocktavius. Hold on for a bit. I'm sure you know about Glocktavius. What's going on with the Glocktavius abroad, man? Do you see a lot of those abroad, man?
Yo, wait, you got it on Miss Independent. You talking about like you look, man, like some people might call them passport pookies. We got anybody can get a passport. I see guys that come over, but they're a little bit different. You'll see cats that what I notice about a lot of those cats, man, they have certain kind of energy with them. They bring that street stuff with them everywhere they go. Mm-hmm. Like it got people like that. Because look at it like this, man. In any community, you have those characters. Like it's like, I know you play video games. Video games got certain character sheets. Hood people are just a character sheet. Rednecks are just a character sheet.
Right.
You're gonna run into them in the United States, or if you go to Thailand or Dominican Republic got their own Glocktaviuses. You know what I'm saying? They got their own hood people. But you're gonna run into those cats all the time. They usually broke. Now, look, when the people start talking about the passport bros don't have any money, it's usually one of them cats right there.
One of them cats right there. Glocktavius, right.
They come over here, they done tricked off. They $400. They'll come over here with about $400, $500. They don't have no money. First day, they broke because look.
Jay Rello, you know who Jay Rello is?
I never met him, and look, I've heard people talk about him. I know who he is, but I never disparage people, man.
I understand, respect. I respect that.
You know that about me. I never like.
But, you don't. I apologize. You're right. You don't.
No. You're all right.
You're right.
But I've heard people say I've never talked to the guy. He was at one party I was at, but I never met him. Mm-hmm. Look, this how I am. Like even the guy was talking about Paul. I never put my mouth on a man talking about a guy unless I met him.
Right.
Myself. That's how I am. Because I like to talk to a person to see who they are. Mm-hmm. Now, but saying that, if I tell people you don't have enough money to travel, stay your broke ass at home until you get your weight up. That's how I look at anybody, because that's how I was raised. You know what my uncle told me when I was young? He said, bro, you can't afford to have a girlfriend, don't have one.
Right.
So I that's how I look at travel or anything. You gotta cream gonna rise to the top.
Always.
Cream gonna always rise to the top.
Always.
And you know what? Backwash is at the bottom. So you got to pick what kind of man you're gonna be. You're gonna be cream, and you some backwash. So if you got and that's one thing happening in our space, in the travel space now. You got a lot of guys just begging to travel now. They don't have the money. They don't have the money. Right. They're going to their community. And look, if your community want to pay for grown men to travel, good. I'm not gonna hate on it, but the day you see me do that, bro, let me tell you something. I'm in serious trouble. That mean that I
totally agree.
Yeah, I done fell off when I got to beg grown men the fun. If I gotta beg to travel, I'm going back home. I'm going back to New Orleans. I'm going back to whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm going. That's it. It's over with.
I totally agree. Do you think when you travel abroad in DR, what would you say is the percentage of Glocktavius? Ronan, what percentage of men would you say are Glocktavius? And I know you said you had some questions for me at some point too. So anytime you want to answer me those questions, you can.
Well, I'm just saying, you think you talking about from American guys or Dominican guys?
American going to the DR, the Glocktavius.
It's not that many, really. People.
Oh, it's not that many. Okay.
People think, even when you take a hotbed like Sosua, right? People always like to say stuff about Sosua. There's not that many pookies that come to Sosua like that. I'm talking about doing stuff. I see Europeans fighting. I see like a lot of brothers that I see come here. They might be flashing, got gold chains on, and I see brothers got their Sunday best on, but they ain't really hurt nobody. I rarely see like black men over here acting a damn fool, like that kind of hood cat. You see them sometime, but it's so small. Like it's not a big percentage. Hey, bro, I would give it. Now I can't speak for all countries. I would probably give it less than probably 1% that I've seen. That and I'm here a lot every day. I see cats. You see it sometime. Now, I've seen white cats from different countries act crazy and getting fights with these women and all that. And I've seen a couple of black guys, but most people here are cool. Yeah, like the brother says, 0 to 5%. He's right. You don't really see a lot. I don't really see a lot of that here. Now, in America, hell yeah, I see a lot.
Right.
So the neighborhood that I grew up in is full of it. I was with my daughter one day, and I was trying to show her all the spots I lived in New Orleans. Man, I bought a Tulane and Broad. That's where I kind of grew up at, and I lived across the river, man, Manhattan Boulevard. I bought her to some place, man. I was showing her where I stayed. The first 48 was shooting the scene there. They had everything wrapped up. They had just killed somebody. That's crazy stuff, man. So America is way more dangerous than over here. You can get in the stuff here, but nah, bro. I feel 10 times safer walking around here than I ever did in New Orleans. Even I lived in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Houma, even Lafayette a little while. Yeah, but most of my life was spent between New Orleans and after the hurricane, I stayed in Baton Rouge. But dude, I feel 100 times more safe here than over there.
I'm going to ask you a question. We're going to get to the second half of the show real quick. But famous men now, Roland, are beginning to check out, and we're going to get into that. But give me a minute, guys. We're going to get to the second half. I'm going to be respectful of Roland's time, but the second half going to be powerful. And Roland's done a masterful job. But guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. Get the likes up, share the stream, go support brother Ronan, the traveler, excellent content creator, stand up gentleman, man. Got number love and respect for that brother, guys. So get the like button, hit the like button, and guys, share the stream. Victim of brokenness and despair. A broken man is a hopeless man, and a hopeless man is a very dangerous man. Many times, many of you young men that are listening come from homes that are very toxic and very dysfunctional. And because of that, many of you have deferred your power in many ways to the point it's led over into your social life and many times led over into your relationships. If you guys are dealing with mental health pathologies, conscious and unconscious, come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com. That's kosherclinician@gmail.com. It's important that you deal with your mental health in order to be a better person for yourself, your loved ones, and also your community. But because mental health is often stigmatized, many of you often suffer in silence. Don't be a victim in silence. And see me once again at kosherclinician@gmail.com. And I need you guys to remember this. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. There are 7 steps that a man must go through in order to become an optimized male. And male mental health is one of those elements that's paramount to the functioning of a man. Be well. Down the rabbit hole we go. This is a place where we explore,
who got money,
analyze, collaborate. All right, this is the second half, Rona. We're going to break this thing down, man. Now, let's listen to Paul Pierce, because Paul Pierce is checking out, Rona, and the world is mad at Paul Pierce.
Wait. I saw that, but the brother said we ain't answered super chat. I didn't even see it.
Oh, okay, I get to who was it?
No, it was 713. The brother said
okay. Hold tight. 713. I don't see 713. I don't see a 713.
Wait, let me see. Let me see the brother.
If I did, man, I apologize. I don't see it. Do you see it?
Yeah. Let me see.
713. I don't see a 713.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, 499. He say, do you recommend going overseas as a young man? I'm 23 from Houston, Texas. Everything is smooth here, but I want to experience. He want to experience going overseas, and yeah, bro. Look, I'm gonna speak from my experience. I think every man should travel overseas at least once or twice when you see your options. I know you're a Latino brother. You're gonna definitely look. You're a Latino brother. You're gonna win any way the cut go. I think you should go all through Latin America, starting with Mexico on through. Yes, because I know you speak Spanish, brother. You're gonna win more than any of us because you can understand the natural language a lot better than we can. So I would tell you to travel overseas to get that experience, especially if you come from Latin culture, and Latin culture is different all the way around the world. But
right.
You're gonna understand it a lot more better, and you're gonna win. Yeah, hell yeah. You should travel as a young man, 23. It just adds to you. And look, here's the thing: what traveling overseas does to a man. It gives you your mojo back. Let me tell you something, because America will beat the hell out of your mojo. And mojo is who you are as a man. You know, I call it the werewolf. A lot of other people call it, like, I know my brother called it the lion. I call it the werewolf. Getting that. Yes, travel. And women will find you 10 times more attractive. Because let me tell you something. A desperate man is a lonely man. Even when he's in a house with a woman, you could be married to a woman. You're a desperate man. She won't sleep with you. She gonna dry up. She gonna be like a box of crackers down there dry. But if you're a man who have options, look, I don't know why God made women like this. Women want men who got options. That don't mean you got to take them. That don't mean that you got to take them. But if you have them, they respect that more. Especially here, if women know that you can have other women here, they respect you a lot more here. And I'm just speaking from what I've experienced myself.
I believe that.
When a woman know, if she feel like she's your end all be all, man, she'll dry up too. Just like a woman in the United States. A Dominican woman will dry up on you too if you too soft. Dominican women are used to hard men. They had hard dads. They dad walk around with skinny jeans and slick hair. They don't give a shit about nothing. These dudes do their thing. Right. Like Dominican dudes have so many options. Like they don't look at women the way that we do. Us, especially Black American men, man, we so liberal. We see these women, man. You ought to see us, man. I can see them coming, man. I can see us come. We put them on a pedestal, but when we don't, when you just look at women as women, hey, bro, they take craps too. They fart.
Right.
Like, you got to tell me in there. I said, man, they take shits too. You know what I mean? You got to tell cats this stuff because
they're just human.
Me included. Sometimes we used to put women sugars and spices and everything.
Everything nice. Right.
Oh, bro, look at these. All of them been like most women, man. They've been slept with before. They've been, you got to realize that. And when you bring them down a notch, you have a better situation.
You have a better situation. Yeah. I totally agree. And I've always said, Rona, she only respects power and strength. But they're mad at Paul Pierce. They're probably mad at you too, Rona, and mad at me because they're not used to men speaking. Now let's listen to Paul Pierce, then we're gonna break this down.
You go to Europe, when you go to China, when you go to these countries, when you look at the statistics, the Americans got the highest divorce rate.
Yeah,
it's not even close. Man, I should give me an international girl because they give their men and treat them like this and appreciate more. I need to play my percentages like, man, Germany, they 30%. Okay. Switzerland.
Well, maybe you need 10%
to go in Australia. New Zealand, 1%. Oh, damn, I need to go to.
So let me ask this.
Father and mother.
Just say, 中国女婿.
中国女婿.
Yes, that's you.
I wash my own clothes, I'm on clothes.
What's wrong with modern women? Gone are the days where men get old school love and reciprocation. Keith Sweat recently added credence to the conversation about how selfish and entitled modern women have become. Was he correct? It is a trend that's been getting more attention lately. And it's not just about men losing interest, but often about emotional exhaustion, unmet needs, or feeling undervalued. When men check out of relationships, it can stem from a mix of personal and relational factors. Stress, lack of communication, feeling unheard, or even struggling with vulnerability.
You gotta bring son to the table to get son for me.
That's real.
It is real.
That's real. I respect it.
I don't mind telling you, I'm single.
Out the country.
All right. Paul Pierce, Ronan. I didn't shed a tear, but I felt it was heartwarming to see Stephon Marbury speaking Mandarin Chinese and having his Chinese wife. That did something. That touched my heart, man. Yeah. And then Keith Sweat being the old head. Keith Sweat about 64. And even Keith Sweat is sick of it. And so the women say, oh, Keith Sweat can get a woman that'll cook and clean around his age. But Keith Sweat is basically trying to say, I'm a star. You got stars, man. They can't get a basic woman to cook them a meal. I remember growing up in high school, Ronan, if you were dating, well, I didn't do a lot of dating because I was in the church, but most women would cook their man a meal, and they would just common courtesy. It didn't have nothing to do with no, even if it wasn't their man, they would just cook you a meal because that was just a kind thing to do. What do you think about the big three, man? What do you think about the big three?
Wait. As far as what we just watched, let me tell you. So, first of all, I'm so happy to see Keith Sweat. The most begging this cat, but I want it. Shout out to Keith. Look, he was in Colombia. I'm part of our community, man. Look, everybody sent me that picture of Keith in Colombia. I knew it was in there. I knew. Look, so nobody like look, Keith them got that Maria cooch now. Here's it. But nobody. And look, Keith went to Colombia, got some of that Maria cooch. Now he on stage. They don't wash no dishes. He sound like us now. Keith them been baptized. Right. Keith them been baptized in that mango juice. Nobody. And look, that's what happened. Right. And so I am happy to see more men because, we always talk about the high value, man. But I always, and I appreciate Kevin Samuels, all that, Cab high value. But I always say it to myself, man, coming out the passport community, that just make you a bigger target. I looked at Tyrese crying, what do you want from me? And all that stuff. Right. They want your money. They want everything for you. So people tell me all the time, well, Dominican women want your money too, but do you want to give a woman millions or you want to give him a few dollars? You know what I'm saying? So That's how I looked at it. I'm like, you know what I give Dominican women? Like, the chump change to me, man. Like, I would rather, if I got to give away money, I'd rather give away a small amount or do it. Am I talking crazy?
Mm-hmm. Like, no, I agree with you. I think it's hypocritical, man, when they talking about they want your money and they want your money and Paul, they want your money, right? They want your money. And watch this. Paul Pierce agrees. Hold tight.
Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps.
Nobody.
You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He's like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
Don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
Nah, it ain't. The States women, they don't have the same values as these women overseas. They value they men. They priority is they men first. They not shaking ass on Instagram every
Not
day.
every woman is doing that, Paul.
That's American women. That's the majority.
No, not every woman is doing that though. I'm not doing that. So
there's more women in America doing that than out the country.
I can agree, but they're out the country. Women are getting paid $25 to have sex.
Nothing, but I'm just saying, like right now, if you ain't taking a girl shopping, if you ain't got no bread, if you it's almost impossible to get a girl out here.
What's your take on what he just said? Go ahead, bro.
Everything is a hunt, man. I'm so glad to see. Let me tell you, man. Paul Pierce about to make me go buy one of his old ass jerseys. Let me tell you something, man. Paul Pierce is my hero because he's saying the truth. Like a lot of us as black men don't want to say nothing. Mm-hmm. We sit silent. Like Big Daddy sitting in the back watching that old TV. We sit silent. So I appreciate, and that's what I was saying. A lot more of us are now speaking up. I don't know if it's the internet. We're doing that. So even seeing old Keith Sweat get up there and say that, because let me tell you, Keith Sweat is a symbol for black women. You know how many black women I met that love Keith? They play Keith Sweat all day. They played for him to get on that stage. That took something for Keith Sweat to do that.
That took some Keith Sweat, right?
That took some, and I know what happened to Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat was down there and caught their hand, and one of the women grabbed him. Nobody. I know she grabbed it. Make it last forever. That's what he said to Maria. Don't let our love go. I know that woman was. Oh. I know that one. Look, I know what Maria did to Keith Sweat. Don't stop your love. Keith Sweat was saying all this stuff.
You wild, man.
You know Keith Sweat was in there. Don't stop your love. I know what happened to Keith Sweat going to Cartagena. The women did it to him, and for Keith Sweat, think about this. Keith Sweat, look, all the sisters love Keith Sweat of a certain age, especially Generation X on up. Love Keith Sweat, like, and for Keith Sweat to get up there and do that, like the brother say, Keith Sweat on the route, he's on the Mount Rushmore. I agree. They love Keith Sweat. For Keith Sweat to sit there and say that, bro, that took something.
I agree.
So that means he had those type of experiences, and that's what's happening when you trap. So when you seeing a lot of other people that's leaving the country experience, you're gonna see more and more. As many men catch L's in the United States.
I totally agree.
More and more. And you're going to see these men, they're not going to be scared to speak because they done took L's. You're going to see more and more men now saying, hey, go overseas. Even people like Umar Johnson. Now, look.
Right. I agree.
Now, look, I'm going to put my 10-4 Yankee hat on again. Watch Umar Johnson when he can't get money from these women because of whatever. Because he's being attacked right now by black women.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that same woman, like he got women attacking him now. So watch this. We're gonna put this right here. Umar Johnson's gonna start dating women overseas. They're gonna be black women. They're gonna be black women, but all over. He's gonna start dating Haitians and all this stuff. He's gonna start talking about it. Brothers, get you a real Haitian. Brothers, get you a real Haitian. Brothers, get you a real Haitian. Then he'll say it 4 times. Brothers, get you a real Haitian.
He'll say it 4 times.
Yeah, he'll say it 4 times.
Yeah,
but he's
serious,
gonna start saying, no, he's gonna start telling you to leave out of the country and find you a real sister. He's gonna turn on the women because they're gonna stop giving them money. He's gonna start saying, man, go to Ghana, brother, go to South Africa, brother. And you're gonna see a switch in our culture. And boy, that's when we're gonna hit ground zero. Look, they say what they want by Trump. Trump got 3 more years left. You're about to see scorched earth with Section A and all this stuff and DEI. That shit over with. So you're gonna see women push hard. Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna see campaigns ran against stopping men leaving the United States.
I agree with you 100%. I'll say that years ago, Rona. I'll say that years ago. It's coming, man. I agree with you 100%. Right.
And women go vote for it. You're gonna see men on one side, you're gonna see women on the other side. They go like people hear this and they like, man, you talking crazy. Cause I got my 10-4 50 hat on right now.
I agree with you 100%. I'll say that I won't be surprised if they pass legislation to stop the passport bros.
They're gonna try to stop. The force is too big.
Right.
Dude, when I tell you, when I hit that airport and see all the men, I'm like, God damn, this is ridiculous. So all the men, and look, bro, people say what they want by Sasua, man. Good Lord. When you hit Sasua and you see all these black and white men together and they all chilling, that's some nasty work. You hear me?
Right.
Man, that is crazy. These dudes coming over here, that you don't see that in the United States. Like you said, they got white separatists trying to make their own towns in Arkansas, and let them do it. I think go ahead. I think you go ahead and do whatever you want. But over here, we coming together. Y'all do that. I look at America different because I don't live there all the time like that. Right. I do go a couple of months. Right. But let people, if you want to do it, go knock yourself out. I think black folks do better. Go ahead. Like it's about. Go ahead. The only people trying to force people to be around them are weirdos. People don't want to be around. I totally agree. Yeah, leave him alone.
I totally agree. Hold tight. Let's hit this one. Hold tight.
If you ain't doing that, like you go overseas, you can get a broke nigga, right? Go overseas, he got a couple hundred.
He can get her because he got a couple hundred.
He gonna feel appreciated. American women values, or us as American people values as a black man here. Why would I want to pursue an American woman who thinks that if I'm not on the internet shaking ass or showing my body off, that I'm not cracking, because that's what the majority think. And that's what the majority do to just feel appreciated. Like, how do I even have a relationship when I'm dating a girl and she on the internet thing, turning around.
You love to do the turning around.
Doing all this, but then the day she get mad at me, when every day they flooding her comments, complimenting her like, "Oh, you look so good, baby." Like, how do I compete with that in a relationship?
So you talking about that?
You getting all these compliments on the day. How do I compete?
You know what it is?
I can't give you enough compliments throughout the day that's gonna compete with what you gonna get on the internet.
I totally agree.
Fire.
We're addressing
that is some fire. That's some fire, right? That's true.
So what do you think about what he said? Because I agree with him. That's why I said I fundamentally want to deal with, because I'm not going to be competing with a bunch. If you're going to be my woman, you can't have no social media. I know that sounds draconian, but I'm not putting myself up for the okie-doke for you to have, unless you're doing business. It's a business social media account. But if you're going to be with me, I'm going to say, nah. I'll have to monitor it, but I don't have time for that nonsense, man, because a lot of women do have a lot of men in their DMs. They're getting all this attention, and it's making them think they're better than what they really are. Briefly, before we get into this other part, what do you think about what Paul Pierce said, man?
He's 100% right, bro. Look, these women have so many. I kept saying it, man. Brothers don't realize how many options they women have. Right. And they don't really understand this. So dudes, even the biggest simps in the United States, right? The biggest plantation bros don't realize how many men his woman is talking to. He has no idea. You talking about the emperor don't have any clothes. This ninja don't have a mind.
Right. Go ahead.
Look, let me tell you, man. I remember dating a chick before, right? And this is when Facebook was big. She was in the bathroom, so I go to her laptop to log into my Facebook, but I click on hers, and her messenger was full. Trip me the hell out. She has so many messages from dudes she had been in college with, in high school. There was so many men that had liked her page. She had put a picture of her getting up, fixing her hair, and bruh, it was literally hundreds of dudes saying, "You're beautiful, you're this, you're a queen." And I'm like, wow. And seeing that's what these women, that's what has ruined dating. That's what has ruined a lot of America. Social media give these women, like women love validation. They don't mean they sleep with everybody, but
right.
It's like a pep talk for a person, right? Like a lot of us, we like motivation. I like motivation. I watch motivation. I like motivation. You know what I'm saying? Dude, man, you could do this. You're a king. You're this and that. To a woman, all these dusty ninjas who she'll never sleep with, telling her how beautiful she is. You are beautiful. You're beautiful. That does her something. And you know what she do? She come look at your ass and say, I could do better than you.
Right.
That has ruined relationships in the United States.
I totally agree.
Hey, bro, let me tell you, it done went to these women's heads, and I realized something with seeing that. Most of these women, man, they 304s, a lot of them, because of that. Oh, man, because every now and then Big Willie slide in that DM too. A dude who she had no way to reach on the street, they slide in the DM. Look, one of my cousins, man, she worked at a hospital nurse, beautiful girl, beautiful Creole girl, long curly hair. She was showing me NBA and NFL players in her DM, and she was laughing. She showed it to me, my mom, all of us. She like, look at all these people in my DM, and it was famous people in there. Right. Dude, brother, she was bringing in. She has a membership, right? Like all of us have on our YouTube, right? She showed me. She made me mad. She was bringing in $10,000 a month from a dollar membership, and all of them was men. All these men, listen. Wow. She was bringing in $10,000, and you know what she does? She don't give no value. She don't help nobody. She just puts on makeup. My cousin. Mm-hmm. And look, we can give men all the value in the world. Now I have some good members, but most men won't even sign up for $1 members from you. You can get him all.
I totally agree, man. Totally
you can get him. You can get him all the best advice. You can tell all the brother. You can give him all the clinical data you want to give them. They ain't gonna give you nothing. But a woman can put on some booty shorts and walk around the living room, and these brothers will get him everything they have. So that's the problem. That's it. Am I wrong or not?
You're telling the truth, man, and that's what makes it hard sometimes doing male-centered content, because you don't get the respect you deserve. You take all the risk, but you don't get the respect, man. You have a woman come on, don't have nowhere near the education, experience, or the creativity, and they'll pay their money to her, even though a lot of them are just grifting men anyway to come into men's spaces, man. They use men to make money off of. But, you can be a competent person, you know all the ins and outs, all the nuances about how women think, the mind and all that. And you gotta be begging like Keith Sweat saying nobody. But here's the crazy thing, man. This is what do you think about Ricky Smiley, man? Ricky Smiley sounds a little on the happy side, but what do you think about this? And you see the little Latina woman here in the middle. So let's listen to this.
Did you see that?
Fair use.
People are talking. Here's what's trending on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
All right, so Ricky Smiley Morning Show, the time right now is 27 after the hour. Y'all, more and more American men are becoming fed up with American women and are reportedly unhappy with the local dating scene. And many men are starting to travel to foreign countries to meet better prospects.
Fair use.
Yeah, Ricky, Paul Pierce is stirring the pot with his latest dating advice for Black men in America. On a recent episode of The Truth After Dark with Paul and Azar, the NBA legend encouraged men to follow rapper French Montana's lead and consider dating women from overseas rather than American women from the States. French is rumored to be dating the Princess of Dubai. Listen to what he said.
Us Black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He's like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
Don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool.